Yeah, so we're setting up another game here. We have 3 out of 4 players ready to go, so we're waiting for one more person to join us before we can start. Playing Settlers of Catan on colonist.io for those of you that are just joining us, watching live. If you know Settlers of Catan but don't know colonist.io, it's a really great platform to be able to set up some games and play online if you like the game Settlers of Catan. It's a pretty cool user interface. You always have a bunch of players here, so it's pretty easy and quick to set up a game, totally free. Yeah, I do upload some of these games onto to YouTube as well. So if you want to watch some highlights of some interesting games, you can find us there as well. And if you're watching on YouTube in the future, thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe. And you can join us on twitch.tv, TryNiceGames, if you want to see some live games. Join us here, hang out, chat. Good times. We're just here trying to have some fun and play some games. So we're second to pick on this board. And I mean, the 5-8-10 is really, really tempting. It's a really high producing spot for 3 decent resources. The question is whether or not we're going to have a good ore spot left for us later on. The wheat production is pretty decent. The lumber isn't terrible. So by doing that, we're at least locking those resources. The 3-4-8 doesn't look too bad either. Then we're going to need to get lumber and wool. So there's not going to be like too many good spots for that. But of course, if we go there, we're not going to be able to get lumber and ore combined. So that's kind of an interesting dilemma in that context. Yeah, the red player getting the 5-6-9 is obviously huge for them. So with that being said, are we going to be able to get more wool and wheat combined is another question. Yeah, I mean, I think to be competitive, this is probably the best spot that we can go for. And then we'll just try to complement it with something afterwards. So one of the ideas that I'm looking at is trying to get on the 9-10 and then building kind of down to here. That might be an interesting idea because then we sort of upgrade our wheat production with 2 decent, decent hexes and 2 different numbers. And we have all 5 resources. So that might be kind of the tricky way to be able to do that. Of course, another option is trying to kind of jump into that little area there. But doing that, pardon me, but doing that makes it a bit more difficult for us to upgrade wheat production. So yeah. With that being said, if you are watching live, please don't be shy. Say hello in the chat. Let us know who you are, where you're from. And if you have any questions, comments, feel free to interact with us. Don't be shy. Yeah, so the green player has the synchronized ore and wheat here with the 6s, which is pretty decent. They're going to be a bit weak on clay, which is something to consider. But yeah, from our perspective, we're definitely going to go for this idea, I think. It looks a bit weird to begin with, but once we're able to settle here, because I'm assuming the red player is not going to do anything to bother us over there. Wow, so what? Yeah, the blue player, I'm sort of confused about that idea, but okay, yeah, so I'm assuming the red player is going to jump on something like the 9-4-11, or yeah, I guess if they jump on the 9-4-11, they might be able to build out to here. That would be really annoying. would be really, really annoying. That would be really annoying. So because blue is going to have so much wool though, maybe something that I can attempt to do is kind of do the reverse. So sometimes when you're looking at an idea like going on the 9-10 to get onto the 5-10, sometimes it's the more sensible thing to actually start with a 5-10 and work your way up. And I think that that's what I'm going to try to do here. I think that is what I'm going to try to do here. So yeah, let's go for that. Yeah, so he was always going to go on some combination of lumber and clay. That was always going to be the case from his perspective, so yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Again, what we're going to want to be doing is build a road over here, and then essentially we sort of have this like interesting, 5, 9, 10 combo where we actually have like doubled up on the 10, and we sort of have the other two resources in kind of a tricky, in a different way, I guess is the way to look at it. So yeah, will be interesting to see how this goes. It would be nice to attempt to get the wheat port, but that to me is less urgent, if that makes sense. So we will try to do this. I don't think that trade exists, but we may as well try something. But yeah, the red player is definitely extremely strong. Just that 5-6-9 is kind of a too good to be true type spot to get onto as your first pick. And then the fact that they were able to complement that with the two other resources and a really decent production kind of manner is really strong. I wonder who red is going to go for. He might go for us, but okay. Or for 1 clay. I mean, the only reason I don't want to do it is I'm going to be helping red, and he's going to drop a city, and I don't want that to happen. But additionally, I'm kind of hoping that maybe we roll the ore and are able to get an early city ourselves, which is, a good outcome for us here, if somehow that's what happens. Of course, that doesn't happen, so in that case, I mean, I don't know that this trade exists, but like I said, it's worth trying. So green does it. So yeah, we're definitely happy with that trade. Getting an early city is never a bad thing. And even though now we don't have any cards, like we've increased our production kind of dramatically with just that one move. And hopefully we're not too far away from getting a road and getting onto the 9-10 here. But like I said, I think that this is one of those games where sometimes, having first choice and being able to get like an extremely strong spot like this 5-6-9, it just becomes too much of an advantage, if you know what I mean. So yeah, green is able to build that settlement. I'm completely fine with that. That's not a major issue. Yeah, we're just going to build another city. So blue might think that we're, we're the threat here. But he should be really mindful about the fact that red is going to be a problem. So the 5 wheat, I think, is the place for him to go. I mean, that's, like, if I was in blue's shoes, that's what I would do. And then if he robs us or red, I don't know, but... So he goes for the 3 wheat, which is kind of strange. But yeah, I'm trying to convince people to focus a little bit on the red player here, just because they're as strong as they are. I mean, it's, it's just something to really consider. The red player is a huge problem this game. Yeah, so nobody's interested in making that trade with us. That's okay. Yeah, I have to do that now specifically. So again, I'm helping the red player, which I don't really want to do. But yeah, we need to be able to build this road. And now that our lumber is blocked, it's a problem. So yeah, we'll see how we go in this game. I mean, it looks like we went onto a pretty strong start, but the problem, of course, is that, well, at least he took ore. I mean, I'm glad that he got ore from us, not the lumber or the clay. So. Yeah. So we do get to build our one road, which is really nice. See what happens from there. I mean, that's our only potential wool spot to get to. So yeah, we're producing a ton of ore, but not much of anything else, which is kind of funny. He says he still has nothing, but he has 10 cards. Like, whining about not having anything when you have 10 cards seems a bit ridiculous. Yeah, I'll do that. We'll definitely do that. That's the one resource that we're sort of lacking to be able to settle ourselves. So yeah, I'll do ore for lumber. Let's see if that exists. 4 for wheat. See if that exists. Or for clay. Let's see if that exists. And if not, I think I'm just going to burn 4 for 1. Just to get rid of some cards. And yeah, I'll just grab 4 for 1 on the lumber and move on. So that gives us another one of the resources in theory. And the hope is that we either roll a 4 or a 5 so that we can settle here. And once we settle there, I think we're kind of set up for a relatively decent game. Like I said, I think it's going to be really, really hard to compete with red here, especially once they're able to drop that first city down there, which, again, the 5-6-9 or wheat and wool is super strong. Super strong. Yeah. So blue is the shepherd. What did I do there? Misspell. Huh? Oh, I have. Okay, what have I done there? I'm trying to be the shepherd. Yes, a Pulp Fiction quote if you're not familiar. The shepherd, and yeah, calling the guy that's dominating the wool. The shepherd is actually kind of a little bit of a family joke. So I was introduced to Settlers of Catan by my cousins, and yeah, that was one of sort of the funny little jokes that we used to kind of go with. So the guy that or the player that is sitting on all of the wool is called the shepherd, the grain is the baker, stuff like that. So it's all a bit of fun. All just a little bit of fun. So from our perspective, I think that our goal now is to try to find a path towards one of the 3-1 ports. Now that we sort of completed the base setup that we were after. I mean, we got 2 cities along the way as well, which was, slightly unexpected, but one roll of a 10 is going to go a long way for us. And if we can get that, I think what we're going to try to do is basically, yeah, we're not interested in that. Because we are technically going to need this clay. So yeah, I would love to roll a 10. That would just be a huge, huge, huge hit for us at this stage of the game. Yeah, of course, getting 1 wool is not terrible. If we roll a 5, I think we're going to start hitting the development card deck rather than build another city straight away. Yeah, I think we have to do that. I think we have to do that. So he's not interested in helping us as well. So he sees the threat here, which is fair enough. Yeah, so more lumber just popped out. But like I said, 1 roll of a 10 here is going to be, just a massive kind of win for us. Yeah, red is really going after settlements here to begin with. Yeah, so the question is, can we get any lumber at all? So we'll try to do this for starters. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind helping the green player quite a bit here if he, yeah, so I do want to get this trade through, and I think green is the person to do it. Come on, green, don't make me do it with red. Jeez, okay. Terrible. You're a terrible person. So now the question is whether we go, yeah, I think we have to go this direction. I mean, I don't mind a green coming in through here and getting on the 8. I need the 3-1 port. That's going to be the one of the keys here for us. But yeah, I think green was concerned that we might shut him off here. But to be fair, like, since he's on the 6 ore, I think the better thing for the green player to do is to try to like increase their he's on the wheat port, right? So he's on the wheat port, he's on the 6 ore, like, why not build the road and try to go there? That to me makes a ton of sense. But yeah, I might try to do a clay for lumber trade again. I don't really want to pay the full price, if you know what I mean, but... Ooh, what was that? Okay, yeah, he's burned a lot of resources to be able to get there. I mean... Yeah, blue is willing to do that, that's good. So we're just moving over there. And now, yeah, I'm happy to burn again, burn some ore to be able to settle. Like I said, the priority here right now, since our production is pretty solid, is just to be able to settle on a port where instead of burning 4 for 1, we're going to be burning 3 for 1. So it does make a huge difference. One of the other problems that we might have in this game is that red is going to connect and dominate the road building scenario here. But yeah, I mean, I would really like to also be able to get some development cards eventually. I mean, the red player's on 6. You have to, yeah. You have to start hitting the red player. So I don't really mind that, to be honest. He's on the wool port there, and okay, so that sort of gets us there. So is there a lumber for wheat? Is there an ore for wheat? Is there a lumber and ore for wheat? We'll try this, and if not, we'll just burn 4 for 1. I mean, we really have to continue moving along here with the development, so yep, that's not bad. Okay, now we get some wheat finally. So yeah, it's definitely looking like a race between us and the red player, where again, I do think the red player objectively has one turn too late. Oh, okay, for the trade, I see. Celavi. Yeah, one turn too late. I think what he meant was that he would have taken the trade before, but couldn't do it then, so... Yeah, again, one of the problems that we're going to have this game is that, like, regardless of whether it's us or red, like, everybody's going to attack us, including red going to attack us. So unless we can start getting some development cards, it's going to be very, very hard for us to not have the robber on one of our critical hexes here. So while it does look like it's a race between red and ourselves, red seems to be the player that's going to be able to, yeah, get the road thing sorted. Yeah, we're just going to have to go here, hit red, and continue on. So that's not too bad for us. I mean, if we do get another, if we get a wool, I will, you know, kind of go for this kind of cheap settlement down here. A road for wool. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'll do lumber for wool if he's interested. Oh. So he traded with red. Yeah, red is getting stuff. Yeah, so he's going for development cards now as well. And identifying that that's going to be the pathway for him. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is kind of, you know, easy pickings. So his road is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, we're not really going to be able to contend here. So there's an argument to be made. No. Yeah, I'll keep the cards just because I might be able to use them for a from a port, like 3 to 1 for a resource that we need for something. So yeah, we'll see what cards come and go from there. But yeah, I definitely feel like the red player here is very close to winning. Maybe 1 or 2 more rounds and it's over. So yeah, very interesting game, but sometimes just having that 5, 6, 9 at the beginning is, you know, kind of enough to win it, and then being able to have some kind of complementary settlement along with it. So is he going to use a knight? No. Interesting. 19 cards. Yeah, so completes the road. Wait, oh, he had a road build. Okay, I was like, he still has 19 cards after building 2 roads. But yeah, he got a development card that was road building. Basically locks up the road build points for himself. And now he's... yeah, I wonder if he's going to go for cities or development cards. Yeah, so I think all things being equal, like the only thing that we can do that makes any sense right now is so go here, build a city. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's a good avenue here for us to do anything. So we'll let it go and you know, just assume that red is going to be able to win on their next turn. Yeah, the thing about red's you know, like getting 19 cards, I mean, their production is just so high that it's hard for me to believe that you know, they're not going to get what they need to be able to get 1 more point going on their turn. So wow, so they didn't do anything. So if we can get 2 points somehow, we're not going to have the wheat. But 1, 2, 3, so 4 roads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oof. I think it works. GG. Wow, that was a pretty amazing win there. Very surprising win, to be honest. Yeah, Red said he had the ability to win the game. So for those of you that were sort of following but not entirely sure what he meant, I think, if I understand it correctly, and just based on the fact that he had 19 cards, so he already had the road at that time. So building the 2 roads to connect didn't really matter. What he could have done was use the 2 roads to basically create another spot for himself to settle, like for example here or up here. It didn't really matter. So build the 2 roads, settle, and build a city, and then he would have had the 10 points at that stage. And then, lucky enough for us, that last round of rolls, he didn't get enough materials to be able to get another point, and somehow we were lucky enough to get enough materials to take over the road from him and get to 10. So really interesting game. I may upload that one to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube in the future, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you want to join us live, you can come to twitch.tv, TryNiceGames, and catch a live stream and hang out with us. So yeah, cool game.